The modern weekend feels like an immutable fixture of life, a natural pause in the relentless rhythm of work. But this sacred interval of leisure is a relatively recent and painstakingly constructed human invention. Its architecture is complex, built from religious doctrines, industrial pressures, labor movements, and evolving societal values. To understand the weekend, we must peel back layers of history. The concept of a designated day of rest, however, traces its roots much deeper, back to ancient religious practices, primarily the Jewish Sabbath, a day mandated for cessation from labor. This was not a weekend as we know it, but a singular holy day, Friday sunset to Saturday sunset, dedicated to reflection, worship, and community, a break from the secular grind. Early Christianity later adopted Sunday as its primary day of worship and rest, shifting the sacred pause, yet maintaining the fundamental principle of a day set apart from work. However, for centuries, outside of these religious observances, the vast majority of the population, especially agricultural workers, knew no true time off in a modern sense. Work was a continuous cycle, dictated by seasons and necessity, with sporadic holidays tied to religious festivals rather than a fixed weekly respite. The seismic shift arrived with the Industrial Revolution. Factories demanded incessant labor, often 6 days a week, 10 to 16 hours a day, eroding even traditional Sunday observance for many. Workers faced brutal conditions, and it was from this crucible that the first organized labor movements emerged, fighting not just for better wages, but crucially, for reduced hours. The demand for the 8-hour day became a rallying cry, signifying a desire to divide the day into 3 equal parts: work, rest, and personal time. But the 6-day week persisted. The nascent idea of a 2-day weekend began to surface in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, often driven by a pragmatic desire for Jewish workers to observe both Saturday Sabbath and Sunday. However, it was Henry Ford who dramatically popularized the 5-day work week in 1926 for his automobile factories. His reasoning was groundbreaking and purely economic. Ford recognized that rested workers were more productive workers. More free time also meant more consumers, with time to buy cars and other products, boosting the economy. This capitalist logic provided a powerful impetus. The idea of the 2-day weekend, Saturday and Sunday, began to gain traction beyond religious and moral arguments. The Great Depression further accelerated the movement. With mass unemployment, reducing work hours and spreading jobs became a strategy for economic survival and social stability. Union movements, strengthening their resolve, championed the cause tirelessly. They framed the weekend not as a privilege, but as a fundamental workers' right, a bulwark against exploitation. This culminated in the United States with the Fair Labor Standards Act of 1938, which officially established the 40-hour work week, implicitly cementing the 5-day, 2-day weekend standard. Other industrialized nations soon followed suit, and the weekend was institutionalized, becoming a global norm, fundamentally restructuring not just work, but social life itself. The mid-20th century witnessed the rise of the leisure industry, entirely predicated on this newfound block of free time. From travel to entertainment, entire economies blossomed. The weekend getaway became an aspiration, a symbol of upward mobility and personal freedom, further solidifying the weekend's cultural significance. Yet, in recent decades, the architecture of the weekend has faced new stresses. The digital age, with its constant connectivity, blurs the lines between work and leisure. The pandemic highlighted this erosion, as homes became offices and the clear demarcation of the weekend often evaporated, leading to calls for better work-life integration. Today, experiments with the 4-day work week challenge the very structure we've known, proposing a new equilibrium between productivity and well-being, between labor and life. The history of the weekend is a testament to humanity's ongoing struggle to define its relationship with work, to carve out space for rest, reflection, and human flourishing,